I am Caryn van der Lith, and I would just like to take a moment to introduce myself. I have been employed at GoodX for almost 4 years. January will be 4 years. Before that, I was a practice manager in an optometry practice. So I do have quite a bit of practice knowledge. All right. Let's have a look at 40 years of phones. Why am I saying 40 years? You've seen it all around the expo today. GoodX is 40 years old this year. 1985. That's a bit of a break, don't you think? Horrible thing. 1995. Still a break, but less, a thinner break. 2005, I think we're getting close to the mix-it era over here. That one where you have to log in and show people that they can talk to you. Getting close to BBMs and all of that. 2015, we have at least now got into the WhatsApp era, and where you can do more. It's actually a big screen that you don't just play Snake on, and we've at least got Candy Crush here, I think. And then currently to 2025. 40 years of phones. Now, as we've seen the progression of phones, that is how GoodX has progressed as well. Most of you would recognize the screen, the GoodX desktop. Now, this is a newer GoodX desktop. 40 years ago, looked a lot different. And then to a screen that most of you will know as the GoodX web, your login screen. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this screen. So with that, GoodX has gone to GoodX Mobile. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a mobile app. This is an offline app, as you've heard Kobus say this morning. All right, by a show of hands, how many of our practitioners here have seen your patients outside of the practice where they've asked you questions on their medical history or a prescription that you wrote them or anything? Show of hands, anybody? All righty. Hello, sir, how are you? I'm good, thanks. May I ask you, when you saw your patients outside of the practice and they asked you that and you weren't able to access the information, how did that make you as a practitioner feel?
Inadequate.
I like that word. I think that sums it up pretty, everything I wanted to say. Your patient is standing in front of you, you're feeling inadequate, unprofessional, because you know the patient, but you see how many patients a day, so it's impossible to remember every single detail of every patient. Okay, before I get into the design, what benefits does this app have for you? As a solo practitioner, it reduces your admin burden because everything is on your phone. You can capture on the go, wherever you are. For practices with multiple practitioners, you own a very big practice. I see my friends that from our healthcare hub in Tanin. I think for Dr. that would also work very well. Yes, Dr. Mawasha. So he can keep consistent records, coordinated scheduling, real-time updates. For rural or outreach programs, this app is designed that if you do rural work where there's not a lot of signal or Wi-Fi or something, that you're actually able to still effectively help your patients. And then lastly, modern mobile fast tool for new doctors. I mean, many of our doctors we're getting new doctors every year because, I mean, who doesn't want to be a doctor, right? But it helps them because they're like modern and they don't always have a computer or anything with them. It's only this. This is the tool to everything. All right, so let's look at the app itself. When you log in for the first time, you will see this screen. So it is going to build a DB or a database on your mobile. It will then push all the data through from your web-based app onto the phone, as well as the medical aid schemes and all of that. It will bring it in. and then we'll pull the records. So these are the 4 screens or the 4 phases it will go through when you log in for the first time. Now here's the question you're all asking. How can I get this mobile app? Very easy. Your consultant, your FCL consultant or your implementation consultant will help you with this, but it's as easy as typing in www. your own URL, your web URL, /app/offline_mobile/. It's as easy as that. Now, I can see what you guys are thinking, but that's still web, right? And I'm promoting an offline version. First time, you'll need to be connected to the internet so that you can create it on your phone, so that it downloads that database. I do, however, think that you guys should be on Wi-Fi, especially if you have a bigger database, because it's going to take time and data to pull that through. After that, it will be offline and you can just bookmark it. Alright, once you have logged in and you've gone through, this is how your landing page is going to look. You'll see you can filter between your entities, your diaries, and you can go to your data screen. Okay, this is a view of the diary where we can see we've got a Vicky and 2 Jester testers over there. You can see what is planned on your diary. You can also just click on the arrow where you can open up the booking to get more information with regards to the patient. As you can see on screen, it's giving the allergies, reason, it's a test repeat booking, so you can see that information whilst on the go. This is just for one patient. If you need only that one patient's information, you can see that as well. And you can make your own bookings by searching for your patients on the system, as well as make your repeat booking. The whole diary here is basically the same way you would book on your web app, just on a tiny screen. We all know that web on the phone, it's not great. How many of you have complained about that in the past? There we go. This is made for you. Alright, this is how your booking screen will look. You still have your statuses, you still have your reasons, you still have your consultation types. You can still have all of that, all your data, as effective as you had on the web. You can also see it in the view after your bookings, in the different views of select by time or your whole day, so you can see where bookings are available. You can also still delete your bookings, edit it, and view it. Alright, now this is what I think a lot of you want to know. Can I use clinical on this app? Yes and no. Currently on the clinical, we can do a quick note. So for those of you that are on the go, you just quickly want to make a note of blood pressure, whatever, we've got the quick note functionality, and we have the sick note functionality, as well as a consultation transcription. It's actually just transcription, not consultation, transcription. Alright, we can still also see our medical history. I mean, you as a practitioner, if you're going to a patient, you would like to know the patient's history. Does the patient have allergies? Is there previous interactions that you need to know of? Their daily routines? Whatever you have put in the medical history, you can still see it over here. And then you can also view your patient file, any sick notes that your patient has had previously, any documents that you have on your patient file, you will be able to see. Scripting. Now I know this is also a big one for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an upcoming feature, as Kobus has said this morning, but I just want to give you a quick more or less idea of how it's going to look. Please remember, this is not final as yet. It is a work in progress. Alright, medications, you can add it. You select your diagnosis as you would with your sick note. Add in your medicines, as well as your directions. You can say whether this is a repeat script or not, and for how many months you would like to repeat. And you can add more items. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the scripting is still a work in progress. It is not on the app as yet. Other upcoming features that we have that we would like to implement soon, but we don't have a timeline yet, is our tasks and our hospital rounds. I know a lot of people, especially now with the task screen, that new one that's coming up, it might work better for you, but also hospital rounds. We understand our doctors are permanently on the go, seeing patients in hospitals, so it is an upcoming feature. Billing on the app. I've said they're not yet, this is a work in progress, but I can never promise that this will ever be on the app. Because we work with medical aids, and most of our medical aids are in real time and all that, how is an offline app that you are not connected to the internet going to connect to that medical aid? So in a case like this, I would suggest that you, in your quick notes, say a consultation, and if you've given any medications or anything extra that you've done, so that when you get back online, you can then bill your patients. Is anybody interested? Anybody? Thank you. All right. Interest this side? Very quiet side here. Is there any questions? No, I'm joking. Yes, sir.
We work in an emergency department, so there's no appointments. And you say the app is offline. So as they add new patients to the diary, will it appear on my app? Or is the app always offline, or can I have an option to have it on time?
The app will be offline, but sync when you get back onto internet again, when it can pull that data through. Yes. Any other questions? All right. If you have more questions to which I have not been able to answer, please go to the QR code at the back. Oh, sorry, is there another one that I missed there?
Yes, just a second.
Sorry.
If you're online, if your app is online, would you not then be able to bill?
No, because this is, the app focuses more, sorry, Quibus.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that, Quibus. All right, if you have any more questions, you can go and scan the code at our, well, actually they're at all the booths. And if you go out the store to the right, there is a table there for the mobile app. They will also be able to answer any questions which I have not given the answer to now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Caryn, for all things mobile and making me feel old that I know what Mixit is. Our next presenter will be talking about all things data, looking at your data being secured as well as your servers, so data Fort Knox. We're just going to have a couple of minutes to set up and then we'll continue. Thank you.